Papa, I'm down. I can't see. Need to go.
Welcome everyone to the social van. Feeling kind of sick of the bullshit. So here they are, reppin' C+, ready to turn every podcast to dust. So sit down and shut the fuck up, cause when in doubt, fuck your couch. Welcome everybody to the social van. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is KMB The Sexy Ninja.
We got Jimbo.
And we got... Wait a minute.
What the fuck? That was...
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Where'd he go?
I thought he was just here.
Nah, he got the bone today.
Oh, fucking people.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking people. Ladies and gentlemen, we are brought to you and powered by Shudder.
Shudder.
So before we jump into the show this week, you can go to shudder.com/podcast and use that special promo code. What is it, Jimbo?
C+.
C+. C+. And also go to cplusstudios.com for all your C+ needs. And there's a Wookiee. There's a Wookiee in the car.
Sorry, folks. I forgot to put this thing on airplane mode, which I do every fucking time.
I was like, there's a Wookiee. Yeah, so cplusstudios.com for all your C+ needs. What can they find on there, Jimbo?
A lot of stuff. There's horror, which, you know, I don't watch, but there's also...
cplusstudios.com.
Oh, I thought we were still on Shudder. See how I'm paying attention? cplusstudios.com has links to everything. It's got links to Shudder. It's got links to Amazon. It's got links to TeePublic as well.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
That was.
when you're like, it's got horror, I'm like, what did you do to the website?
I don't know, but...
Oh, that was awesome.
The laugh of the day, folks.
Yeah. It is raining here in Flagstaff right now. It's going to rain until
Who knows
next week. I don't know, man. I want summer to be here.
Right?
I'm ready for fucking summer.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready for the warmth.
Yeah, so how's your week?
Oh, you know, it's pretty uneventful this week. Not much going on.
How about the Jimbo's Playground?
Oh shit, I have a video almost ready. I gotta do an intro and an outro for it and put it up.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of vlogs coming. I've been rocking them out, and it's just a matter of time. When, where, how, you know, Jesus, it's too much.
Right. I might get a couple videos this week. I know we were supposed to go up on the mountain today, but
don't look like it now.
Didn't happen today.
Yeah, don't look like that at all. We're going no mountain.
We're going to hopefully get up there soon. I'm going to do a video on that because that has some kind of special meaning. So
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
And then I don't know what else we're going to do, but we're going to go somewhere. I know we're going to the movies and dinner tonight, but...
Ooh, what movie are you going to see?
I don't know. I was looking Captain Marvel still playing at Harkins.
Yeah.
I may see that.
Before Endgame? Well, it does tie into Endgame.
Does it?
Yeah, well, the end credits do, but there's a lot of ties in the movie. So when you go see Endgame, because you saw Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good ties and whatnot.
Okay.
So
I may go see Captain Marvel. It's either that or Endgame. And there wasn't much else that really piqued my interest as far as the movies go.
I might go see Avengers Endgame sometime in this couple weeks with the daughter.
Oh, nice.
With the kiddo.
What'd you think of the ending credit? I was reading a story about it.
Which one?
The Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. At first I read it wrong. They're like, oh, they put the Spider-Man trailer with Endgame. And I was like, what the fuck? There's people out there. This probably hasn't even, you know what I mean? Because it does contain a lot of spoilers. And then I reread it again. They're like, oh, they put it at the end credits as an end credit scene. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking brilliant. Okay. And I didn't mind. I didn't care. I didn't, like, at the end, I thought not having an end credit scene was mwah. was perfect.
Nice.
Because I wanted that to be the end of the saga, you know, and I didn't want to be like, hey, let's look into the future. Let's see what's going to happen next. I'm like, I don't care. I'm in this moment right now. Right. And I just want to be in this moment right now, you know. So I didn't need an end credit scene, but now that people got one, that's pretty cool. I'm excited for Spider-Man. Did you watch the trailer?
I have not yet, but I did.
Well, don't watch it until you watch Endgame.
Well,
we already pretty much ruined it for you last week.
It's already been spoiled, because I'm sitting here going, Spider-Man died in Infinity War. And so this article I was reading, when, you know, they said, well, when the Avengers undid his snap, I'm like, oh, well, that's how Spider-Man's alive again then.
There was a lot of speculation about some stripping. Speculation about the Spider-Man movie, because they were like, oh, are they going to go back in time? But Kevin Feige was on record saying, no, we're moving forward with this story. This takes place right after. And all of us is like, how? But then when you see Endgame, you're like, oh, okay. Then when you see the trailer, you're like, oh, okay. This is really cool.
Right.
So, because one of my friends had a really cool theory. He's like, what if Far From Home, at the end of that movie, is right when we get to Infinity War? Because that's when we catch up with Peter Parker on the bus.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They said, what if that was the end of Far From Home? But I was just like, yeah, it's cool, but then why do it after?
Right.
Especially after two big movies. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, I like this idea better. But, you know, I still need to go see Shazam. I don't know. Was that in the theaters?
It was, but it wasn't anymore. I didn't see it in there.
Wow. Do you know what's fucked up about that? Is if Shazam's gone and Captain Marvel's still there?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel came out before Shazam.
Uh-huh. and you know what I find fucked up is, I don't know, that whole fucking Marvel thing with Captain Marvel and Shazam. Because that's what Shazam was before Shazam was Captain Marvel. And I'm like, now all of a sudden Marvel has their own Captain Marvel. It's like,
I had a big fucking nerd out on somebody the other day, and I didn't mean to. And it wasn't a nice nerd out. It was being a fucking asshole nerd out. I'm standing there, and he goes, "Do you see Captain Marvel?" I'm like, "What the fuck do you think?" And then he goes, I think I was just in a bitchy mood in general.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, well, you know what's my problem with her?" I'm like, "What's your problem with her?" "She's too fucking powerful." I'm like, has anybody read a fucking comic book? And I went into this whole tangent. This poor bastard. I went into this whole fucking thing about Captain Marvel and telling him which books he should pick up. And then at the end of the argument, that wasn't even an argument. I was just yelling at him. And at the end of it, I was just like, you know what? You're a college kid. You're too poor to get comic books. So just disregard everything I said. He's just like, okay. But I told my wife about it. She's like, you're such an asshole. Well, you know, I told somebody I have such not anxiety, but annoyance with. I did, not anymore.
Right.
Because I talked about it in the podcast how the Endgame one, my Endgame one, when I said I used to hate the fact that people are coming into my world now, and now it's cool, and
right,
and you know. It's one of those things where I'm just like, now seeing the power of the Avengers Endgame, how it's bringing everybody together, how it's, you know, it's breaking fucking records. Like,
right.
Will we ever see this again?
Probably not.
It sunk the Titanic, who's been up there for fucking since the 90s.
Right.
James Cameron finally came out and said, "Hey, fuck," and then like Avengers. I can't wait until they beat. Avatar.
Right.
When they smack down Avatar, I am going to be a happy, giddy schoolgirl. Because I fucking hate movie.
I thought it was all right.
Get out.
You know, I mean, I thought the concept was cool of, you know, getting into a little pod and then being in another world, basically. Not necessarily the storyline or anything that had to go along with it. It was kind of, you know, boring. I just liked all the CG everything that went along with it.
Yeah, and for me, it was the story because I was like, this is just the Native Americans getting their land taken by, and white people came over, but you're doing it with blue aliens,
right?
And guys who are trying to explore and whatnot. And it's one of those things where I'm just like,
right?
But I don't know. I think the main reason too is James Cameron's an asshole. He is a major fucking asshole, especially too when he talks about superhero movies and stuff like that. And
he doesn't like them.
He doesn't like them. He says he makes fun of them sometimes, and I was like, "Bitch, you gave us Terminator 2."
Right?
Yeah, but and I'm at the point now where I used to get like really annoyed and like just I don't know. How about with you? Is there something that you were always into, which was considered fucking weird and nerdy, and now it's fucking cool?
D&D was
good example.
Back when I got into it, it was considered weird and nerdy, and now you can't even go into a comic book store and not see people playing it.
Yeah, that is very fucking like Magic. There we go.
Right.
Magic. We've been playing Magic. I know you were fairly new to the game, but you knew of Magic back in the day and how you were considered nerdy and weird.
Right.
And whatnot. And nerdy and weird. That's the title of this fucking episode.
Nerdy and weird.
Nerdy and weird, and being somebody picked on because of that. And then you look at this day and age where you're just like, wait, what the fuck, man? And that's how I feel about comic books. Like, literally, now everybody's a fucking expert. That's the way I've always looked at it. I'm just like, for why? This is mine. Like, don't take that away. But after seeing the power of Endgame, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to back off a little. There's one thing I will not back off on, though. It's fucking Star Wars.
I was going to say, it's got to be The Last Jedi.
Oh, my God. Me and Flicks, we did, you saw it, this Happy Star Wars Day.
Right.
No one saw the aftermath of that. Like,
you told me about the aftermath.
Yeah,
his wife had to separate y'all.
Yeah, then because I was like, why did you bring up? Because I was like, why did you try to bring up Rogue One? And he's like, well, I didn't mean to. It was just the way we were talking. I was just like, it's gonna get us in a fucking fight because that movie's the fucking greatest movie ever. He's like, then it started from there, then it went from there, then it went from there, and it's so funny to me that how heated and passionate I can get. Like today, you can hear the rain, folks. Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
Like today, I was talking to Skylar, one of my employees, and he, I looked at him. We're nerding out. Like, this is real fucking nerd talk. We're digging deep. We're talking about comic books. He's trying to talk to me. Well, he's trying to ask me how come I hate the Lord of the Rings and shit like that, and so on and so forth. And we keep going and going and going. And at the end of the conversation, I looked at him and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask this. So if you don't need to answer. If you do, please fucking answer because I want to be right. You like Twin Peaks, don't you? And he goes, are you racially profiling me, sir? And he's like, just because I'm odd, weird white guy? And I'm like, yes, I am. And he goes, yes, I like Twin Peaks. And I was like, fucking know it. He goes, you? I said, fuck Twin Peaks. Right. Oh, man. I'll probably get some heat on that. Fuck Twin Peaks. I'm not. It just never.
Well, you know more than I do because I don't even know what Twin Peaks is.
It's a show that's done by, God, I just said his name this morning. What the fuck? I just said his name this morning.
Don't you hate that shit?
David Lynch.
Okay.
And David Lynch is very out there, and he likes to be, he's very out there. A lot of his work. And Twin Peaks is one of those shows that a lot of people followed, and it became one of those cult classics, cult hits and whatnot, cult shows. And I just never got into it, man. It was too weird for me. Like, it was just too out there. But there's a lot of people who gravitated towards it, like a cult following.
Right.
And they like it. You know, I know a lot of people. My wife likes Twin Peaks. I fucking can't do it, man. And if you know, and it's one of those things where there's certain types of people that watch it. And so when I'm talking to somebody and they're being really critical and because like me and him were talking about Avengers Endgame, and he was very cynical in the sense of pulling certain things that I overlooked.
Right.
And I'm like, man, you are very fucking cynical and picky. Then I was like, I bet you're a fucking Twin Peaks fan, aren't you? And so that's how that started. And I was right. But once again, weird and nerdy.
Right.
And you know, I was talking to somebody about this. Oh, a retro shit. Like everything retro is coming back.
Right.
You know,
Like, yeah.
all the bands you used to like back in the day.
Right. Yeah, they're making a comeback. And they're doing old, like, It is coming back.
Yeah, chapter 2.
Yep.
I saw the trailer. It looks fucking awful.
Yeah.
I'm
won't
cynical
watch
too.
it anyway.
Well, yeah, you don't like scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the first one and the first part, and I was like, and I do like Stephen King, and I did read It.
Right.
And it, like, they took the story, it was almost the same thing, but they did things to the characters where I was like, fucking why?
Right.
You know, like, why? You have a premise here. It's just like fucking Peter Jackson with the Lord of the Rings movies. Like, you did not need to make The Hobbit 3 fucking movies.
No.
For a 200-page book.
Nope. Not at all. And they said 3 movies, and I'm like, it's not a very big book. And I thought it was, like, not the whole story in 3 movies. Like, they were going to have 3 separate...
Hobbits?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, 3 separate stories.
Yeah, when they first announced The Hobbit, it was going to be 1 movie. And everyone's like, okay, good. Yeah, make a good 3-hour movie, you know, whatever. Then they're like, no, it's going to be 2. Okay, I guess, sure. No, it's going to be 3, bitches. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? For why?
Money.
Yeah, money
All
talks.
about that money.
And I got dragged to them because my wife likes, she likes Tolkien. She likes all that shit. Well, his movie came out.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought about going and seeing that too. That was one of my choices. I just remembered that.
And the so funny is I was talking to somebody who's a big Lord of the Rings fan. Then I fucking bagged on him. I was like, I'm surprised they didn't make that Tolkien movie in the 3 movies. He's like, fuck you. And I'm just like, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and then, thinking about it, magic. There's a lot of people that are into magic.
Yep. That is a big fun. Although, if you watch, like, some of the YouTube channels, they'll say that like, all the tournaments and stuff, people, like, they're not selling or filling as many seats as they were.
Oh, is it kind of losing? Is it kind of losing its thing? Okay,
that's what they're saying. But then, I mean, there's people that will argue that because these world championships or whatever, these Grand Prix all get sold out. But they say that that there's not as many people showing up. So I don't know who to believe, but I think it's popular. Every time I go to one of the comic book stores, there's somebody there buying cards or something for magic.
Yeah, and I think it goes to that aspect of like, to the whole, what do you call it? I think it's gonna kind of fade again. Being, the claiming of nerd.
Right.
I think it's a fad right now. Because this is the highest pop culture's ever been because of these Marvel movies and stuff like that.
Right.
Now that you've had Endgame, a culmination of 11 years. Right. Now it's like, okay, well, we'll see where you're going to go from here, but that was it. That for me, like, I'm excited for the next movies. If you can fucking pull that trick out of the bag again, fuck yeah, but I don't think so. I really don't, and I've been fucking wrong too about these Marvel movies, because I remember when Guardians was announced, and I was like, Guardians, what the fuck? Why? And then I saw it, I was like, oh, give me more.
Right. That article I read was hitting at that too, like, you know, Spider-Man and Mysterio meeting. And Mysterio basically saying, you know, you're from Earth 616 and I'm from Earth 883 or something.
Yeah, they're introducing the multiverse now, and now
that's what they're saying, that, you know, Thor hanging out with the Guardians and Spider-Man and Mysterio and
there's so many possibilities now, and you know, now that that Disney owns Fox, they fucking can. They can rule the fucking galaxy now, and, you know, do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
But, you know, and what sucks is, like, my wife, I love my wife. She goes, at the end of Endgame, I'm like, oh my God! Ah! Then she goes, I don't think JJ's going to do the same thing with Star Wars to this emotional level. I'm like, no! Why'd you say that?
Right. I'm all high and going.
I'm on that emotional high. You had to kick me in the balls.
Yeah.
I was like, God fucking damn it.
Right.
And then I was like, JJ, you better fucking pull off some miracle and make Rise of the Skywalker everything I want it to be.
Right.
Oh man, but it's crazy, dude, and it's like the next movie that's coming up is definitely one I'm jazzed for as part of my childhood. Godzilla. King of the Monsters.
Yeah, it looks like they're hyping it up anyway.
Oh my God.
And
the last movie sucked, but
you know, it's supposed to be Godzilla versus all the other, like, Mothra and all
well, Mothra's gonna team up with Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that's
King
right.
Ghidorah is the main bad guy, and I'm just like, give me all of it. Rodan's gonna come in and just
I remember watching the claymation or whatever it was back in the 70s.
Back in their suits.
Yeah,
dude, that was my shit, man. I tried to
great.
watch Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla with my daughter, and she wasn't like in awe like I am.
Right.
And my wife's sitting there, she's like, "You used to watch this shit?" I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking good.
Right.
This is the fucking bread and butter of my fucking childhood right here. You know, monsters fighting each other and big rubber suits and throwing them all over the fucking place." And I did a juggle vlog on the King Godzilla thing because it is special to me. It reminds me, you know, it was back in a time where because my grandma, before she passed away, you know, she was really into Godzilla. That's like, she really got me. My grandma Chris is really the reason why I'm so into all these movies. And then I got into comic books because my uncle, because he was a big Spider-Man guy.
Right.
And he was a big Trekkie too. So I had the vast knowledge of all this stuff because my grandma had this badass fucking cabinet, and when you open it, it was nothing but movies.
Oh, nice.
Nothing but movies. VHS is up the ass, and it was just like, just pick one and watch. You know? That's why I got fat.
Right.
I didn't go outside as a kid.
That's why you don't go outside now.
Yeah. Well, when I used to go outside, I used to play Indiana Jones.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then I found lightsabers are cooler. You know?
They can cut more shit.
They can cut more shit. Be a fucking Jedi's even 10 times cooler than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how about you? Like, what's something? I think I already asked you this question in that sense. But what is something where that brings back childhood memories? Because nowadays, you know, everything's fucking retro and coming back.
Right. I think I mentioned this on the last one, but on Amazon, they got a bunch of old shows.
Oh, yeah.
We've been watching Greatest American Hero, which was late 70s, early 80s. They got Kung Fu, which was about the same era. Hunter, which was mid 80s. And that, you know, brings back a lot of memories sitting there with my dad watching all these shows, you know. It's really cool. I would have to say right now it'd have to be the Greatest American Hero because that's what we're in the middle of.
How's that holding up?
Dude, it's
Does it hold up still, or just
yeah.
kind of?
It it holds up because of what the memories it brings back. But that show is it's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness!
Because they had, when he goes to fly, he lost the instructions to the suit, so he doesn't know how the suit works. So he's trying to learn how to fly. And in one show, within like a 3-minute period of him taking off and crashing and taking off and crashing and taking off and crashing, they showed 3 different scenes over and over and over of him jumping to take off and then crashing in the same spot. And then jumping to take off from the same spot.
To make it look like...
Yeah, to make it
like
look like
he's in the same...
Yeah, it was funny. I'm just like... didn't we just see that? And then they played it again. I'm like, yeah, we just saw that. So, it was just using the same scene over and over and over. It was just, it's funny to sit there and watch
the
all
power
that.
of fucking Hollywood. Man.
Yeah.
Well, it was like, I was talking to, here, going back into Star Wars. Like, if you fucking look at Star Wars, you go watch Star Wars, not the special editions, whatnot. Those things hold up to the practical effects, to, everything in that aspect. Like, it's fucking crazy to me. Like,
And I watched because of the effects they used, it does hold up. But I watched something, it might have been in one of the remasters, but they had commentary on how they went from the vehicles, the floating vehicles. What are they? Skyline? No. The flat little vehicles that hover.
Land speeder?
No. Well, I think it's what it is. I don't know. But in the originals, you can kind of see it was like almost dusty underneath. Well, they took the film and they put Vaseline over the bottom to make it look like it was floating off the ground. In the originals, they used CGI and cut all that out and redid the whole vehicle, basically, to make it look like it was floating there. It was all computer graphics. And I'm like, I like the original better.
Yeah,
it looks cool because it's floating, but I like the original better.
It was a mirror.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. No, like when you go back and, dude, it's like Jaws.
Right.
Like there's a scene where, God damn it, I have been bad with fucking names lately. But one of the characters, forgive me, nerds, forgive me, goes out in the water. And like he's cruising around, looking around, and all of a sudden, like like behind the scenes, you realize this was like a last-minute shot, but they shot it at Steven Spielberg's house in his pool, and to make the water look like the ocean, they poured milk in the water.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So they went and refilmed that scene at Spielberg's house and put milk in his pool to get that effect. But that's the power of like Sarah. Oh wait, you never seen Evil Dead, huh?
No.
A lot of camera shots came from that because he would like put the camera on a 2x4 and just let it go down fucking like track. Because he's very. A lot of people have stole that from him.
Oh shit.
And it's just crazy. Right. And it's like, oh god, one of my favorite directors, Christopher Nolan. Uh-huh. He's done Inception, the Batman movies, Batman Begins. He's very practical effects guy too. And you remember Inception?
No.
Inception is where these guys go and they're like kind of dream thieves or whatever.
Okay.
But it's with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and there's a scene where it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character fighting one of these henchmen guys, and it's the hallway here. Then the room starts like shifting, and then it's like an anti-gravity scene where they're fighting each other. So when I went and watched the behind the scenes, because I was wondering how they were doing that, they made this giant fucking hallway on these big wheels, and so it slowly it turned. It was all practical effects with like them fighting and choreographing every time the thing kept on spinning.
Wow.
choreographing where they're gonna fight to make it look like an anti-gravity scene.
Oh,
So
shit.
it was just like, that's fucking cool, you know?
Right.
And I love when you can go behind the scenes and be like, how the hell did you pull that off? Then you watch it, you're like, oh, it makes you appreciate the movie 10 times more.
Yep.
So, like the other day, I just listened to a podcast with Kevin Smith and the writers of Endgame. And, of course, Kevin was like, oh, suck your dick.
Right.
But they were, and Mark Bernard was part of that podcast, it's Fat Man Beyond, and they're just talking about it, and just the way the writers are like, yeah, we had to do this, and the reason why we did this way is because of this, and we had so much more, but we had such a little time span, 3 hours, you know.
Right.
Because there's so much shit where like, oh, this is fucking cool, but is it necessary? And I'm just like, and I was talking to Phil about it, and I was like, as a writer, do you get that sometimes? He's like, you know, he goes, yeah, you know, you write all this shit,
Right.
but then when you go back, you're like, well,
do I really need
this? And I'm like, I'm terrible. I'm like, keep it all.
Right.
I got a 4-hour fucking movie. All that shit is fucking gold. I'll make that movie fucking shine.
Right.
So, you know,
I have to do that with my videos too. Like, I try and keep a 10-minute video, but I have 30 minutes to an hour worth of video that I've shot, and I have to cut it down to 10 minutes.
oh man,
So
that's why I'm
you have
glad
to do that.
all my vlogs are usually one take.
Right.
Usually, but and sometimes when I do it, I'm like, la la la, ladies and gentlemen, blah 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 blah, then blah 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 blah. Then it's over, and then I go finish and edit. I don't even go back and rewatch it.
No, you just send it up there, huh?
I don't. I do it, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, that was awesome. And then I'll go edit the entire fucking thing, like adding the cards at the end and the top, bottom, then like, subscribe, and my name. I never actually go back and rewatch the whole thing.
Oh shit. I do. I watch most of my footage over again before I put it in there and go, okay, do I want this in there? Yeah, okay, now what do I want in there? And I have to cut it here, cut it there, and put it in.
The fucking Clint Eastwood of vlogs. One take, bitches.
One take.
That's all you get. And for the most part, they've worked out, you know, especially like the album reviews and shit like that. But yeah, so because I was talking to someone's like, do you ever go back and rewatch your shit? I'm like, no. Nope. It's all one take, baby.
Yeah.
All one take. But I feel like we should wind down here, sir.
All right.
That was fun.
It was cool. It was fun.
I hope you folks had some fun, and like and subscribe. Also tell everybody about this fucking podcast. We ain't stopping.
Nope, we ain't stopping.
Yeah, and
Like us on YouTube. Share that shit too.
Yeah, there's so much fucking content. Big Daddy Goes Deep, Jimbo's Playground, that Juggalo vlog. It's just so much.
Social Vent.
The Social Vent podcast is on there too. So if you're just a one-stop shop person, just go to YouTube. Because I know they make apps now, and I know it's an app now where you can like not watch the video and just listen. Right on YouTube.
I believe so.
Yeah, so go for it, man. Go check us out on YouTube. But you can go to cplusstudios.com to see what we're on. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher,
Buzzsprout. Well, that's where we start is Buzzsprout. But
Google Play.
yeah, we're actually on Google Play.
Yeah, so we're all over the place except for Pandora and iHeart, but soon. And just like and subscribe. Send us out. The hottest podcast on Hoth. Forever and always. And yeah, so like and subscribe. And people ask me what this show's about all the goddamn time, and I'm like, it's about everything.
Everything. Just sit down and talk. Just start talking and see where the conversation leads. Usually.
Yeah, and you're the fly on the wall.
Yep.
As a listener, and I think that's the way I'm going to put it. I want to put it as a tagline. You're just a fly on the wall listening to 3 dudes, 2 dudes, 1 dude talking away. So yeah, share cplusstudios.com. I am KMB The Sexy Ninja.
And I'm Jimbo.
And when in doubt, fuck your couch.